Is whether whatever happens is that you cannot tell.
Big man, I didn't do anything. They are just beating me for nothing. I'm in Nigeria here, but it's not any Nigeria that is doing drug business. Many of us are genuine. If you see anything that I do wrong, big man, prosecute me.
Now, the border is so open, like open for anyone that cares to come into South Africa.
So this is the border fence, and this is no man's land, dividing South Africa from Zimbabwe. And people are clearly moving between the two very easily. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you coming from Zim?
No.
Where are you? What do you want here? Ashu, come on there, not come and move. He's coming, someone is coming there.
We are sending a message that every person, every foreigner, whether you are from Africa, you are from India, you are everywhere, you must be documented. Every person, every foreigner, and every individual must ensure that they abide by what is called a bylaw. And if you don't know what a bylaw is, you come to the city, we'll tell you what a bylaw is. Whether whatever happens is that you cannot tell us that you don't know what the bylaws. We found that many foreigners, people who have an ordinary business in the inner city, they have no clue what a bylaw is. Now the problem is that now we're going to visit you. And it's even worse that most of the spaza shops now, people had to register for them. We're going to lock them up. We've bought welding machines. Starting from this weekend, Friday onwards, you don't comply, we're going to weld your place. People must comply. There's no excuse of any individual in the city not to comply with the bylaws of the city.
Big man, I didn't do anything. They are just beating me for nothing. I'm in Nigeria here, but it's not any Nigeria that is doing drug business. Many of us are genuine.
So where do you work here?
Me?
You?
Where I work?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to work by my brother's shop until we had a problem with him.
Where is he?
He's not around now.
So whose flat is that you're staying?
That side I'm staying. That side I'm staying is where my home. I'm staying with my wife and my kids.
It's your flat?
Yeah, not my flat, it's my wife.
So there's nothing that you can say it's yours?
If you see anything that I do wrong, big man, prosecute me. But I nothing. They just tell me lie down there. I lie down. They finish to check my paper. The next thing they put me and start beating me. This one said that he got drunk. I never, even though in this street, nobody can say I have ever come and say give me money, I give you drugs. No, I don't do that. I don't do business here. Nothing.
Me, I'm very happy for what is happening. I can see there's a change on the streets. Since it's 2025, it's amazing. They can come here every day.
That's wonderful. And how does it feel staying in Hillbrook? Do you feel safe or threatened?
Scary.
It's scary, right?
Yeah, you must stay in your own cave.
This is becoming more serious than I ever think of. Guys, South Africa ain't smiling anymore. Like, the authorities are not giving up any moment soon. Now, I still don't understand with the situation of things that someone out there will still be dreaming of coming to South Africa. You all have seen what is going on in South Africa. South Africa is actually cleaning up their country. You don't have to blame them. They are cleaning up their country just like every other countries. But I really like to say something. We all have seen what happened in this video. The Nigerian guy that said that he has his papers, but the authorities refused to check his papers, yet they were beating him, right? They were hitting him hard. Firstly, I would like to apologize to my Nigerian brother for his sad audio, right? I sincerely apologize to my Nigerian brother for his experience. Now, I also want my Nigerian brother to know that firstly, these people did not ask you whether you are in Nigeria or you are from Zimbabwe or you are a Kenyan, right? They didn't just want to know where you are coming from. Like, assuming they checked your papers, probably that is when they will know that you are a Nigerian, right? But they were actually hitting you because you were a foreigner. Like, they felt you were an undocumented foreigner. You see, out of the anger in them, out of the annoyance, they couldn't even listen to what he was saying. But as you can see, the man that was interviewing him, he was so calm, he was so gentle, and got so kind. I guess they did not arrest him. Probably they later find out that he's properly documented. That's why they left him. So that's also one of the reasons why I'm apologizing to my Nigerian brothers, right? So to my South African people, please, I want you guys to also, when you see things like this, please try to condemn it. Let it not look like things like this are intentional acts. Yes, that even when you are documented, you still be treated badly in your country. Please, when someone is properly documented and you see that the person is, especially when the person hasn't committed any crime in your country, and you see that the person is not treated nicely, no matter where the person comes from, please, you guys should also condemn that. You guys should also condemn it, because you also have your people, your sisters and brothers living outside South Africa. Yes, it's true that most of you may not be living within African continent except your country, right? Yes, that is simply because your country is far much better than every other African countries. But when you go to Germany, US, London, and other countries, there are South Africans, there are South Africans living over there, and some of them are also living there properly documented, like well documented, right? And no one is harassing them. Please, when you see things like this, I'm begging you in God's name, try to condemn it. Let the world know that you guys also condemn this. Let it not look like that's how South Africans are. That's how they treat people. Even when you are documented in their country, they will still treat you bad. Please, that one is not good. So that aside, now I also want to say something. Yes, it's true that South Africa is fighting against undocumented foreigners. Like, they want to clean up their country, which is very, very cool. That's very, very nice, right? A lot of countries that want to secure their country, they're also doing the same. But then I still feel that South Africa hasn't done the main thing, because if you guys continue to fight against undocumented foreigners, illegal foreigners in your country, trust me, even in the next 100 years, you've not even finished flashing undocumented foreigners out of your country. I'm coming to shock you, because what I saw, like, I know that, yes, South Africa doesn't have border, but I never knew that the thing is not like this. Like, I never knew. Like, there's no border. South Africa doesn't have border. So how do you intend to fight these undocumented foreigners in your country? They will continue to flock into your country. Because right now, most African countries are not doing well. There's hunger everywhere. There's hardship. Like, everybody wants to come to South Africa because of how their countries are. Now, you guys did not even secure your border, and you are busy chasing undocumented foreigners. Like, for how long do you think you can continue with this? For how long do you think you can continue chasing undocumented foreigners? Are you not supposed to build wall? Are you not supposed to secure your border first? When you not secure your border and you see that despite the fact that you guys have chased away undocumented foreigners, and yet you still keep seeing numbers of undocumented foreigners flocking into your country, you now know who to question. Now, the border is so open for anyone that cares to come into South Africa. Please watch this video. Just watch this video.
So this is the border fence, and this is no man's land, dividing South Africa from Zimbabwe. And people are clearly moving between the two very easily. How are you? I'm fine. Are you coming from Zimbabwe? So it's very casual. People just seem to be coming and going as they please. The Limpopo River runs dry up to 8 months of the year, an easy crossing for people and goods, moving in and out of Zimbabwe, unhampered by border patrols.
I'm crossing illegal because there's no border here. I'm not afraid to say this. Yeah. I'm not afraid to say this. I'm crossing illegal here because there's no immigration or whoever. You can't stop someone suffering.
I think that is the highest level of sellout. You can't. When South Africans were in exile, they were in camps, and they were restricted to go to other part of those countries. So why do you allow foreigners to go all over in South Africa and run business and make girlfriends? And I mean, South Africans, they can't even have their own girlfriends because the foreigners have taken over the girlfriend space.
From the girlfriend space to the employment space, pressure is on the authorities to arrest and deport undocumented people, even on a Thursday morning on their way to work.
So what happened here?
He doesn't have any document. We ask him to give us proof of identification. He doesn't have. We ask him if he has an ID. He doesn't have any ID. He has never had one. He was born in Zimbabwe.
How are you feeling inside this truck?
I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I'm not afraid.
Obviously, it's too late. You don't want someone to enter the country illegally. You want the system to function in a way that this doesn't happen in the first place. But I think it is important to send a message out there that we do take this problem seriously, and we are motivated by the rule of law.
Guys, to be sincere, this looks so funny. Like, it looks so funny. Did you even see how people were just walking in freely, like freely as if they were going to their houses? They were just walking freely from Zimbabwe into South Africa. I guess ever since I was born, this is actually my first time seeing border like this, and I don't even know why some South Africans are scared of borderless Africa, because already the country is borderless. Like, the country is borderless. There's no border there. So to my South African brothers and sisters, I still insist that you guys should let your government build a strong border. Yes, at least you guys can start from that, right? Yes, you have to build a border. There's no border. Like, the country doesn't have any border. So for how long are the South African immigration are gonna fight this? Like, this is going to be an endless war. Like, an endless, when I mean endless war, because it will never end and it will never stop until you guys build a border and place immigration officers there. That's how it's being done in every country, okay? Because if you don't build border walls and place immigration officers there at the border, trust me, all the arrests that the immigrations, the police have been doing will just be in vain. All that they have been fighting for the country will just be in vain. The Operation Dudula, like all of them that has been arresting immigrants, undocumented foreigners in the country, will just be in vain. So I pray you guys look into it and ask your government to do something about it, right? Because I know how much you guys are trying so hard to protect your country. Like, I understand very, very well. In my country, the same thing is going on. Like, in most countries, everyone is trying to secure their countries. But in as much as you are trying so hard to secure your country, you have to do it very well. Like, you have to do it the right way, right? Because if you don't secure the border, like, how will you even stop people from entering into your country? You can't stop them. You can't stop them. You can't stop them. It's just like you leaving the gate so open, like so open. You know that intruders, armed robbers, anybody can walk into your house freely because there's nobody at the gate. There's nobody at the gate. No security. Nothing. The gate isn't even locked. There's no security that can stop anyone from entering into the compound. Are you getting it? So once the gate is open, that means anybody is free to come in and nothing will happen. So you guys should please kindly look into it, and I pray that at the end everything will be resolved and there will be peace restored in your country.